Townhouse 22 is a protected structure. It falls within an architectural conservation area within Dublin City Council. What that means effectively is that there is legislation in place to protect the use of the building and retain the building and the historic fabric of the building. In relation to the building itself, it dates back from 1756. They were built as two individual houses originally. One was occupied by an iron merchant. The second one, that was 22 Thomas Street. 23 Thomas Street was occupied by a feather merchant. And in 1798, Lord Edward Fitzgerald was actually housed there and hidden in that particular building before he was arrested. In and around the 1800s is when the building was actually then converted into the first library, lending library that Dublin had. There is other libraries about, but they didn't lend. This is the first lending library in Dublin. In more recent times, the building was converted into a youth hostel, and it was known as the Brewery Hostel. It was occupied up until 2008. The end of 2008 is when the building actually closed as a hostel. Since then, it has been sitting idle and derelict. We're now looking to convert the building into office use. There's in the region of about 530 square metres of space in total in the building, with a nice sort of courtyard out the back. It's in the middle of the Crane Street site, and the long-term plan is to, because that building is protected, is to build around it and to start stitching in the other buildings along that street to animate Thomas Street. And that would form part of the long-term 10-year development plan that the agency has, to actually also bring in new development around that building. We have clients lined up for the space. Contracts are not signed at this point in time, so please do contact the agency if you have an interest. We have, in the region, the type of rooms that are available within that building range from about 18 square metres to 26 square metres. And in real terms, that means anything from a 3-person office to a 9-person office, because 2 of the rooms can be combined in 3 of the floors. The building itself has a basement and 4 stories over basement. And it's quite unique. You'll see when you go through the building, you can see the original historic fabric and cornices that still exist within the premises. They have been retained as much as possible. The building will be ready from the 1st of November, and people who are interested in contacting us to look at the building should either send an email to locate@thedigitalhub.com or check us out on the website. Alternatively, they can call 480 6200 and ask for one of the sales team.